now available in paperback and e-readers. Isis, Runway of Doom. The goddess next door struts her stuff on the catwalk to take on a runway of rogues in this action-packed all-new Isis series adventure. Get your copy of Isis, Runway of Doom at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere.
Better get the coleslaw, y'all, cause we're having us a barbecue.
Netflix executives are worried about declining viewership on the streaming service. I don't know, could it be the price hikes, all the ads, the fact that most people can't share their passwords, or the fact that most Netflix shows basically get canceled after one season? Now, according to reports, Netflix executives are concerned about declining subscriber engagement, which has become a major issue for senior management. And according to these reports, engagement of viewers basically has gone down, as many viewers basically are not looking to possibly complete many series, and even though profits are up, basically people are not engaging with Netflix's content like they did in the past. I don't know, it's hard to engage with a show that gets canceled after one season, or they make you wait 2-3 years for the next one. As someone who studied the entertainment industry for over 25 years, the engagement issue is a troubling one when you consider a streaming service like Netflix. Now, when it comes down to the internet, content is king, and if people aren't engaging with your content, that's a serious issue as related to your platform, because that means that you're not going to be able to drive foot traffic in the future. And Netflix basically has put itself in a place where it's basically driven away most of the viewers who used to come to Netflix regularly because they used to get what they believe to be quality content with shows like Orange is the New Black and shows like Luke Cage. And sadly, in the last couple of years, there's been a serious decline in quality of content. And with the serious decline in quality of content, this is the thing that has basically led to the lack of engagement, that because most people are now alienated from Netflix. And all of this is basically self-inflicted by these Netflix executives based on what I'm seeing people saying on threads. Basically, a lot of these reasons that people are not looking to watch Netflix anymore is that they cannot go out here and share their accounts, because that's how I basically was able to watch Luke Cage, because my brother had gone out here and let me use his password to watch the show. And people sometimes, again, they share those accounts because they want to go out here and let somebody else take a look at a program. And then on top of that, Netflix stopped being something special, because Netflix used to be, you could watch programs there without any sort of ads, but now they've put ads in most of the shows. And if you can get ads in shows, you may as well just go out here and wait for content to come to Tubi for free, because people will tolerate ads on a service like Tubi. It's no problem for them to tolerate an ad on Tubi, but for a high-end service like Netflix, people don't want to see ads as related to their content. And then on top of it, you had Netflix going out here and putting on price hikes, and those price hikes basically drove a lot of customers away to competing services like Tubi, because on Tubi you could basically watch content for free with the ads, and you can tolerate those ads over there. And then the thing that was, I believe, the thing that really did damage to Netflix overall is the fact that the content, one, is not very good anymore when it as related to the programming that they put on. The quality of the writing has basically declined as related to many of the shows they produce. And on compounding that is the fact that many of these shows, when they start to come on the air, The shows don't have enough episodes to really get the viewer to get into the story. Usually with Netflix these days, they usually create a whole season that's just only 8 to 10 episodes. Meanwhile, with broadcast TV, usually you get 13 episodes for syndication and 26 episodes for a whole season. And usually it takes about that many episodes to get the viewer into the story. Moreover, when it comes down to those network shows, 26 episodes allow you to do a full story arc, something you really can't do on Netflix because you have to compress everything for time. And with these shortened seasons as related to streaming, this makes it very frustrating for the viewer. If they do go out here and get into a series, what happens is that on top of the shortened 8 to 10 episode seasons, what happens is as viewers start to get into Netflix programming, what happens is Netflix executives, they don't have the patience to go out here and let this show gain any sort of momentum. And what they do is cancel a show in a year. And that winds up frustrating a lot of people who wanted to go out here and watch Netflix. What they do is get frustrated because you just started getting into a show like I did with Luke Cage. And that, even though that show got 2 seasons, that just, we were starting to get really going somewhere with the third. And then all of a sudden the show is basically over. And that's something that really frustrates a lot of viewers who have Netflix subscriptions. And this whole situation gets further compounded as Netflix, on the few shows that it does renew, because what Netflix does on the shows that they do renew is they make you sit there and wait 2, 3, 4 years for the next season to come out. And in the world of television, the time that you make people wait basically is money that you're losing. And Netflix doesn't really connect the dots on how much money they lose when you make people wait 2, 3, 4 years for a new season of Wednesday or a new season of Stranger Things, because your production people are not in a place where they can go out here and start making plans for that next season as they're doing the current season, like the way they do in television. Now, in television, once you get your renewal, you already know that as you're doing your current season, you're supposed to be working with your writers on the next season so that you can already have material ready for the fall when the new TV season starts. But with Netflix, what happens is that because these computer nerds, basically, they know numbers and they know technology, they don't really understand people, and they don't understand that when it comes to people and you having a show, you've got to go out here and be able to capitalize on that opportunity. Unfortunately, with these Netflix executives, they don't understand the television business, and they wind up creating a whole host of self-inflicted wounds to their own business. And that's what happened with Netflix. They basically have gone out here and made it where people don't want to engage with their content, and they don't want to engage with their content because they don't trust the platform. They don't trust the platform to go out here and keep a show on the air, and they don't trust the platform to go out here and look to create shows where they can watch it without having to deal with a bunch of ads. And again, in the world of streaming, what's the incentive to go out here and watch these exclusive shows if they gotta sit there and sit through a bunch of ads? That's the critical question many Netflix executives have not answered, because they're just so caught up in their greed. They don't understand that people don't pay premium prices to watch shows with a bunch of ads, and they don't want to pay sky-high prices that basically are the same as cable, because if they've got to pay the price as related to cable, they may as well just go out here and go get cable once again. But again, with these computer nerds, they don't connect dots as related to people. Yeah, they know tech. They know about gaining market share and looking to continue getting market share, because that's all statistics, but they don't see how they're alienating people. They don't see how they're just turning people off. and making it where they're not looking to go out here and Netflix and chill. No, they're just becoming cold to Netflix. And as they've become cold to Netflix, they're thinking about looking to go deal with a competitor like Tubi, where, yeah, I can go out here, I can watch all my old favorite shows, and basically, yeah, I got to deal with some ads, but the whole thing is that Tubi is free, and I ain't got to pay a dime to go out here and deal with a situation where I got to go in these days, because I recently, looked at Netflix again. They got it where you got to key in a number after you put in your email just to log in. So again, no more passwords anymore. You got to go out here and go through all this rigmarole just to use the Netflix service. Meanwhile, Tubi, you type it in, you come on the platform. Same thing with Pluto, same thing with Plex. Basically, you type it in, you pick the movie you want, and you're watching almost immediately, which is what you used to be able to do with Netflix. But Netflix basically made their situation more complicated, which is typical of computer nerds, because computer nerds think people are going to jump through hoops for their product, but they don't really give you a reason to engage with your project. With your content, because one, your content is garbage. Two, your content take too long to come on. Three, your content costs too much. All these are reasons that people basically ain't watching Netflix, and the executives are sitting there worried. Oh, why don't we have engagement? No, the sad part is you don't understand people. You can't connect the dots as related to people, and you basically don't see that it's your whole approach to business that's driving people away, because you basically just don't respect people. And if you don't respect people as your customer, you're going to wind up losing your customer. And this is the problem that Netflix has as related to its business. And sadly, many of these Netflix executives, they just can't connect these dots. This is a guy like me, again, studied the entertainment industry for 25 years. I can tell you how to solve this problem very easily. And one is to lower the price. Two is to bring back the password sharing so that people can go out here and share their favorite shows and be able to say, hey, if I paid for this, if I want to give my friend this password, it's okay with them. And also going out here and giving people good quality content on a regular basis. Whereas, okay, this show got a season, and make sure that this season is about 13 episodes. When it comes to TV, again, you need a minimum of 13 in order to do an arc. When I was writing my All About Nikki show, I understood 13 episodes is what I need in order to do a proper theme and a proper introduction, proper first 3-act paradigm as related to the season, as related to getting the theme across. You can't do that in 8 or 10 episodes. It's just not enough space for a season. And you also need a opportunity, again, renewals, so that the people can go out here and give people enough seasons, because you need at least a minimum of 5 in order to really do an effective overreaching story arc. And these are the things that will allow people to, again, trust the platform and want to continue watching the platform. But if you don't have no content that people can trust, people gonna move on to other platforms. But Netflix's solution for this whole situation is not to solve it the way I'm looking to approach it. No, what they want to do is go out here and say, oh, we want to bundle our service with Peacock. Well, why would I want to watch Peacock when they got the same content problem? When I look at Peacock, it's got the same problem that Netflix has, and the same problem that Paramount Plus has, and the same problem that Amazon has. There's nothing really there that I want to watch. There's nothing special over there. It's the same, again, lame shows on there that I can go out here and, again, I can watch better old stuff on Tubi for free, or I can go out here and watch Plex or Pluto for free, or I can go out here and check out someone like myself on YouTube. But you've got to give people a reason to watch. But when it comes to nerds, they just think, oh, I've got the leverage, I've got the technology, people have to come to me. No, people don't come to you unless you've got the content they want to watch. If you don't have the content that they want to watch, then they have no reason to go out here and continue watching your platform. And that's what's got these Netflix executives quaking in their boots, is that they don't understand that when it comes to the internet, again, content is king, and the last thing you want to do is go out here and create a bunch of policies that alienate people from watching your content. And again, when it comes down to Netflix, their problem is a people problem. Just like with many of these computer nerds who have basically taken over entertainment, many of these computer nerds, yeah, they know computers, they know technology, but when it comes down to the business of entertainment, the business of entertainment is people. And if you don't understand people, you're not going to be in business much longer. And when it comes down to those in the entertainment business, these computer nerds, yeah, they're all about grabbing power, but don't see how it's slipping through their hands because they haven't made a connection with people to make them care about the content they're producing on their platforms. Now, if you want to check out some of my books on the SJS Direct imprint, you can find those books on Amazon.com, such as my 2 screenplay books, all about Nikki and all about Marilyn. You can find those screenplay books and other books that I've done, like the books in the Spinsterella series, like Spellbound, The Legendary Mad Matilda, and Spinsterella, The Thetas, my vampire novel, Eternal Night, my Isis, Esteem, and John Haynes series. You can find all those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find it at other online booksellers like Draft Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And you can also check out my first full comic, John Haynes, at Death's Door. That's available on Lulu.com. And you can also find that comic on Amazon's Kindle, along with my other comic, Esteem No Good Deed. That's just 99 cents. And you can find that Esteem series comic and the Esteem series book, Esteem Blast from the Past. And if you want to see me make more videos taking the entertainment industry to the barbecue, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available on Lulu. John Haynes at Death's Door. The man who rules the world takes on the Greek god of death in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes comic book. Get your copy of the first John Haynes comic at Lulu.com today.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, an offer he can't refuse. The man who rules the world gets a job offer he can't refuse in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes, an offer he can't refuse, at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, Esteem a New Woman. The devilish diva starts on the road to becoming a new creature in Christ in this all-new Esteem series adventure. Get your copy of Esteem a New Woman at Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today.
Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.